If you ever tried creating content, you know it feels impossible to figure out what actually works. I have started at 40 with gaming content, then team pages, then motivational and gaming channels, and my personal brand. From each I've learned something, but still haven't mastered the game. Today I will show you how I'm planning to master it, and by the end of the video you're going to have the foundational steps to get started even if you're a complete beginner. The secret elements are creating, analyzing and improving. This is how I'm actually learning content creation. Now let's come here. First principles. What that? How do I create content? This is the first question. Well, first principles. First principles is the mental model when you break down an element into its core principles which cannot be further questioned. For an example, I can say math. For math, the first principles is that 1 + 1 = 2. You cannot further question this. This is what the math is built upon. If this would be something different, like, I don't know, 1 + 1 it would be 3, then the whole math would break down, would collapse, because it's what the whole math is based upon. And there are also different ones like, I don't know, language. For languages, there is alphabet. Like, the basis of a language is an alphabet. If there is a new alphabet you just created from the top of your head, and if you implement that into a sentence, nobody will understand that, because that is not the first principle of how we talk that language. So, first principles, we have understood that. How does this come to content creation? Well, it comes to content creation is that if you're creating this piece of content, this is a content. Well, I want to create a good piece of content. What is required for a good piece of content? You don't know. So we have to break it down into first principles of what are the core elements of a good piece of content, and if I have that, I can go and create that. Next. This is, what's my content first principles? This is a short form piece of content. I'm the base of it. If I'm not focused when generating an idea, or I'm not looking good on camera, like, I don't know, I just look tired or something like that, or I don't speak correctly, then the whole video is bad. It's nothing, I can't do anything about it. So I have to be the best when I'm creating my own content. If I'm not good, I don't feel good, I don't have good thoughts, I am not focused, then the video is not good. The next thing is the idea. If my idea for the content is bad, then I don't care how, or it doesn't matter how good the script is, I don't have a good idea. I don't have a good video, sorry. Because if you think about it, MrBeast is the guy who spends 2 to 3 months coming up with an idea, with one idea. And he gets, on every video of his own, gets millions of views. And why is that? Because the idea is so good that everyone wants to consume that video. Of course, a lot of other things matter, but this is the basis of it. If it would be really easy to come up with a good idea, everyone could create a really good piece of content. Now, idea. Script. How do I write my script? What is the script? Well, the script for me is hook, story and offer, if I have an offer. What I mean is I hook the people in, I will tell a story in the form of the story means that what I'm saying in the middle of the video, and the call to action at the end could be the call to action, the offer if I have or not. Sound and visual. And if the mic is really bad, if the visuals are really bad, then most likely people won't want to stay. And this is a really good question for me, which is more important, the script or the sound? And as I thought about it, because I was looking like, okay, I could make a really high edit video and say really stupid shit, then still could get views. But I think script is better, because I can still do a very boring video where I do nothing, just talk, and still can get a lot of views because of what I'm saying. So the script, I think, is more important than sound and visuals. And sound and visuals help the script flow. The story flow. What I mean is that this is what I learned from Dan Mays, from the How to Make Good Films document he has, or what is it? That the visuals, the scripts, doesn't or mustn't be better than the script, because it has to flow with the story. If someone in a video points out how good the editing is, you messed it up, because the point of a video is the story, and the story is the script. And if the story is really good, then the visuals just helps with the flow of the story. If the story is very bad, then the sound and visuals cannot even make the video flow. And the title is what I write in my captions or what I write in the YouTube title. I think this is the less important, because on short form pieces of content, people scroll. And if people scroll, they get on the video, and they not clicking on the video, they get on the video. So I think it's more important to have a really good idea, script and sound and visual than a good title. Now this is the first principles of my short piece of content. Now this is really amazing, but you can ask the question of, okay, this is what the content looks like, or what you are creating, but how do you create it, Robert? So I'm going to show you how I'm coming up with ideas and scripts. Let's go. Ideas. How do I come up with ideas, and how do I know whether it's a good idea? The last video where I talked about how I went from 0 to 1 client and 1 client to manager, I have pointed out the importance of systems, and we are going to talk about systems. So I have really written down the systems of what I need to come up with a good idea, and also check whether it's a good idea, or what should I do. So the basic of generating idea, my basic system is for it that if I have a really good idea, I will write it down. Of course, this is one way of how I come up with an idea. If I analyze some other viral videos, I can come up with an idea. I can ask ChatGPT for an idea based on my list. So I have an idea list, which is here, I can show you. And if something is good, or I don't know, I can copy the whole list and I can send it to ChatGPT, and he can tell me some similar ideas. Or I can just search for ideas. I can search for what I want to talk about or anything like that. But for me, it's not clear enough. I know how this works. I know how this works. I have systems for how this works, but this is not clear. How do I ask ChatGPT? And searching for ideas is really can't have a system for it, because searching is really cannot be limited. So how do I ask ChatGPT for ideas based on my list? So I ask ChatGPT in the form of, I copy my list, I give it to ChatGPT, I ask for 5 more based on this, and this is how I get ideas from ChatGPT. Now it's really hard to just talk about how these systems work. If you watch that video, you will understand systems for managing and stuff like that. But you can understand that if I write it down like this, I know how to come up with ideas. So this is how I generate ideas. That's all. Now, how do I decide whether an idea is good or not? Well, I will choose the idea which I like, which you like. This is what I wrote here. Then after that, I will analyze the idea. I will analyze the idea, then I will go and think it through with ChatGPT. If it's a good idea, I will keep it. If it's a bad idea, I will throw it out / change it. So how do I analyze the idea? Well, I analyze the idea in the form of, I ask 3 questions. First, is this something people are interested in? If people are not interested in, then I will not get any, I will not achieve or generate any views. That is just simple. Does this help better their life? Can I teach something valuable? Does this solve some kind of pain point from that people's life? Because if not, then I don't want to create that piece of content. If it's just existing for, and it doesn't have a purpose, like, then it shouldn't be created. So if I only create that piece of content if it's going to solve some kind of people's life, some kind of people's problems. Is this a niche topic? Can I attract a relatively big amount of people with it? Because if I start talking about how can I don't know, cut grass like from in front of my yard, then there is not a lot of people who will be interested in that. So that is a niche topic. And if I start talking about how to succeed in life, that is something really broad, and that way I can attract more people if framed correctly. Now, if I have the idea analyzation, then I have to go and think it through with ChatGPT. I will copy and paste my prompt. I don't know if I can show it. It's really a lot of time until I get it up, but I will try to. This is not that, so this is my coaching idea. really good production. Here, what is this? Idea tracker. Where is it, bro? Idea analyzer. So here, I have an idea, and I can copy and paste this prompt. So, hey ChatGPT, I copy this prompt, and I will give him my ideas or answers from these 3 questions, and if I have the answers from the 3 questions, then I will get a result of how he analyzed it, and after that I can have a main points written down here. This is how I actually analyze it. So copy and paste prompt, write ideas in plus thoughts, and evaluate response, and evaluate transforming the idea and redoing the process. So if the response is good, then how can I integrate it into my idea? And if the response is bad, then how can I evaluate the transformation of that idea? So how can I change the idea and still how can I change the idea to reach, I don't know, bigger audience, and redo this whole process with that? So this is how I come up with ideas. But how do I write scripts? Now, the first thing which you understand is that for an idea, it's not the idea matters, but how you give through the idea. So if I have the idea of I want to talk about success, well, oh my God, how many ways can I talk about success? I can talk about how can you achieve your dream body, that is success. How can you achieve fame? How can you, I don't know, get wealthy or get rich? This is also another way. Or how can you, I don't know, treat your kids right? Or how can you be kind person? These are all different successes that people have. So it depends, if this is my idea of success, it all depends on how I give through this idea, what I give through. It's not about the idea when writing a script, but what do you want to give through in that script. So, if you understood this system and how systems work, we have more systems. Short form system, oh my God, idea. What kind of idea do I want to talk about? Why? Why would the viewer watch this video? Seeing an idea from the viewer's angle, what would this please for them, what problems would them help them with? I will ask these questions from myself on why should I create this piece of content and why should this person actually watch my video? Why should you watch my video? Then, write about the value delivery. I will write down what I want to give to them with a Quichen language and just think about how can I express the idea. Then what I should be aware of and what I shouldn't miss for a better video. Like I don't talk about views, rather something different, XYZ things. So what this means is that if I want to do a video, like a short form content, it's much better to have a bullet points or an outline of what you want to talk about, and after that create the whole script. And if I create this script before this draft, then I can know what I shouldn't put in there or what should I choose from there. So if I don't know what to talk about, how to be unique in a piece of content, then I shouldn't start talking about views, because there could happen that my video will not get views, so that is contradiction. So something different, if you know what I mean here. Now, I have to create the script. How do I create the script? So, I create the hook, story, call to action. How I'm doing it is I go and write totally a Quichen language script, then refine it multiple times, then I go to ChatGPT to make it better. So let me break it down for you how this works. I will create a hook, an impactful first sentence, one which would create an interest in their head. So I create a first sentence in my short form content which would create a interest from the person. Also can be a pain point from the PSO structure. The PSO structure is a structure to use when writing if you want to be persuasive. This is a structure you can use. Now the next thing which I do is write the story. If I have the viewer's attention, I can get them emotionally interested in the video, and if I get them emotionally into the video, then I will have them throughout the whole video. So the next part is that hook in the viewer with emotion. They are not willing to stay on the video if some kind of emotion doesn't hook them in. Logics doesn't work. This is the amplifier part from the PSO structure. People doesn't care about logics. People are emotional creatures. We are all emotion creatures, emotionally influenced creatures. What happens is that if I don't hook them in with my story, with emotion, then they don't care about the whole video. So if I don't make the video good in the form of getting emotionally engaged the people in the first maximum 5 seconds, really. Like, that's really bad. Now, give value, solve the problem we are dealing with, and something which could help them. This is the solution from the puzzle structure. This part for encouraging drinks, most likely. So these are the one sentence persuasion. This is the solution. Now, I like to give value for people, because otherwise they wouldn't care about me. I like to give to people and maybe get something back in the long term, but I like to give. So my main point in every video is to give and solve some kind of problem they are dealing with. These people have a problem, I want to solve it. And this is how I write my story, then ask them to follow, comment, share, / offer from the puzzle structure. Now, this is how I create my script. The hook, story, call to action. This is how I create my hook, my story, and the call to action. Now, the next thing for me is to talk it over with ChatGPT and make it better. This is 2 timestamps here at the bottom. So, first and really most important thing, how it works is that I will talk it over with ChatGPT. Copy and paste the prompt, insert script, read answer, and make it better. I will rewrite parts and copy and paste with the prompt and read answer. Repeat until the overall script is not 8 rated. Don't ask ChatGPT to write it better, ask for tips and make him give some advice / hints, not give you the script better form, because then you will not learn. So the problem is that my English is my third language and I really struggle a lot of times to write good English sentences and really hook people in with emotion. So what I do is every time I write a script and I think I finished my script, I will go to ChatGPT and copy and paste the prompt, and I will insert the script and I will ask him to rate it and give me the problems in the script but not the solutions. So if this is my script, this represents my script, this is text here, and I will give it to ChatGPT here. What will happen with ChatGPT is that he will realize that, Robert, there is a spelling mistake here, that is not good. Of course, this sentence here doesn't make any sense. This just is grammatically wrong. I don't know, this English word is not used in real life actually, so stop this. So when I see these problems, and it have given me a rating on 10, I know what I need to improve. And a lot of times, this helps to understand what's the real problem, and it's really amazing. I should encourage you to start using this, because this is really important. Now, this is how I create my video. After that, we go into the recording, uploading, editing, scheduling phase, and adding to spreadsheet and track data. This is basically something which are boring and I don't want to bore you with them. Analyze. How do I analyze my content? This is how I create, but how do I analyze? Well, firstly, I track data. So I can show you some of my data sheets. So this is, for example, a data sheet for content creation, short form pieces of content, and this is the content which I publish. These are the details. I also review them, but nowadays I stopped that because I only want to review the good videos. And I have averages of how much views that gets. These are not working for some reason, but I have percentages of how much average watch time these videos have, and I post all of this content onto YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. So I have there the 1 day data, the 1 week data, and the 1 month data, which I track on all of these videos. And if I see something that works, I can see how it performed. I can learn, I don't know what kind of metrics from that platform made that video go viral. I don't know if one video has a lot of saves on YouTube or YouTube on Instagram, and if it goes viral, I know that the Instagram algorithm cares a lot about saves. And this is how I track the data. And analyzing systems. After I have tracked the data, I have analyzing systems, which are here. Let me show you quickly. I'm analyzing all of my content basically. So I have some analyzing data for short form and long form. These are really basic systems here. So I don't know, for 1 week data, I look for recurring elements or trends or audience likings or new things. These are literally how I analyze the ideas. or the videos and how did they perform. But yeah, this is written down all here. And also there is another analyzing thing, which is how do I analyze my own content. So after 2 weeks have passed on my pieces of content, I go and analyze how it were. So I want to know what kind of content I created 2 weeks ago and how can I make that better. And every 2 weeks from now I will analyze my own content. I will try to make it better and better and better. So I will analyze my English, my speaking skills and my behavior, understand why the viewer clicked off the video from their POV, and how do I do this the most objective. This is how it works. And I have some systems of how I analyze my own content for noting first impressions, watching it, noting while watching, where people stopped watching, bad expressions, bad explanations, analyzing scripts, analyze retention graph, and how these all work. So this is how I analyze my content. But how do I improve on my content? How do I learn and master this game? Well, I have to learn more. I have analyzed a lot of people's content, and then what I have eventually realized is that everyone who is creating or getting really good views with content is amazing at talking and amazing, and they have a lot of knowledge. So I want to do the same, I want to have the same, so I have to learn a lot. I want to learn a lot. I realized this in Charlie Morgan's videos or Danko's videos, that he is very persuasive with his knowledge because he knows a lot of things. So if he starts talking about persuasion, he doesn't do and ahs, he just talks. He knows, he understands, and he gets a lot of views. I want to learn, I want to be better, I want to be much better. Then also I have to create more, because if I don't create more, then I will not be better. I will not be better. So I have to create more in order to be better. Analyze more. I have to analyze more my content, because if I analyze my content, I know what I mess up objectively. Also, analyzing with ChatGPT helps a lot because he is objective. Well, I tell him to be objective. I don't know if he is or not, but a lot of times he has some really good ideas of, look, Robert, this sentence is BS, stop that. So this is how I plan on mastering content creation. And if you want to start creating content, this is the first thing you have to understand. First principles of what content you want to create, then creating the systems for your content in order to not think about what to do, rather to being able to scale up quickly. And basically creating and analyzing. So anyone who wants to start, and I don't know if anyone will watch this video, I don't care about it. What I care is that if you are really struggling with creating content, then this is what you need to do. First principle it down, what you want to do, have systems for each of these steps which you are doing, and how do I write it, and after that just start creating, analyze how they perform, and just improve on them slightly. And this is compound effect. This will take a lot of time, but it will happen and you will be very happy about it. Basically, this is it. This is how you create it, and this is how I'm planning to master content creation, and this is how can you also start not generating money, but views with content firstly. So if you like this video, subscribe, follow, comment, XYZ things. See ya.